Okay, that's freaking. Yes. Oh no. Oh. Yeah. We're back. We're back on the program. Caleb White.
Let's go.
Thank you
What's
for
up?
joining us, dude. We're very happy to have you. We met in Michigan.
Yes,
At Michigan, but we never got to work together, did we?
I don't think so.
I don't think we ever got to be on set together, which hopefully we can remedy soon.
We'll change that. For
But you are an actor.
sure. Aspiring.
How would you? Yeah. Well, what would you, if you had to give yourself a title? What would it be?
I'd say aspiring actor.
Okay.
Because I don't know. I feel like I haven't established myself yet.
Yeah. You're not okay, but you like to act.
Yeah, both great, awesome places.
Okay.
It's just sick that you can go from doing work and immediately to the beach.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
insane.
nice.
It's
and
so cool.
Yeah, my favorite part at the beach over there is you can see the beach and mountains in the background and the city. I just think that's the coolest thing ever. Okay, so out in LA, and I hear it. I mean, are you allowed to share? I mean, I hear that there's been some exciting news already since you've been out here.
Yeah, I mean, I can't share.
Okay.
I signed an NDA, so
All
I
right.
can't share
All right,
specific things.
Hey, no more needs to be said.
Yeah. It's just I got booked on a feature, so that's pretty cool.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
First
thank you.
feature?
Yes. Well, technically, no. First feature that I'm being paid for.
Okay. First professional feature.
Yeah, first professional.
Sick. Very exciting. All right. Well, we can't plug it then, but we'll keep our eyes peeled for it.
Be on the lookout for sure.
Let's go back and figure out how we got here to LA. So you say you're a Michigan guy.
Yep.
From
Michigan.
Michigan.
Born and raised.
What part?
So originally I was further north. My family's from Saginaw, Midland. I don't know
Sure.
how familiar you are with
Yeah,
that
yeah.
area. But and then I moved for high school. I moved a couple places, but I moved eventually to Northville, which is where my family is now.
Okay.
That's
I do know Northville.
30 minutes more north of Ann Arbor.
Okay.
So
Yeah. And public school.
Actually, so I went to public school up until high school, and then I
Okay.
went to a private Catholic school
In Northville.
It was in Novi, technically.
In Novi.
Yeah,
Okay.
Catholic Central. That's
Catholic
literally
Central. Doesn't
doesn't get more Catholic than that. Yeah.
Not all boys though.
It was
all boys
Yeah.
Catholic school. Okay.
Basically a fraternity. Glorified.
Okay. How did you
glorified
How did you like Catholic school?
Dude, I loved it, honestly. I really did like it. I think it was cool. The only thing that I didn't like, and everybody knows this, so it's not throwing shade. I wrestled, and I hated wrestling. I
Why?
absolutely despise. I don't know, man. Our school was insane. Really, I'd say I was the worst one on the best team.
Okay.
They were that good.
They're competitive.
Third in the nation.
Okay.
4 times team state champs. And I was just I was into it, but then I actually, you can see, I broke my arm.
Oh.
So that was
that's a nice scar.
Dude, it's pretty gnarly. It's all up both sides.
Oh man.
Bones broken in half.
Full
It was bad.
No, how did that happen?
Dude, it was oh my god. So this kid, my best friend, picked me up to slam me.
This is in practice?
This is in practice. Preseason, I'm cooking people. I'm beating
You're feeling good.
state champs.
What year is this?
This is junior year. This is because the first 2 years I was too small.
Sure.
Which is crazy. I was 79 pounds as a freshman. It's not.
Wait,
I was malnourished.
You
and
were
shit.
79 pounds.
Yeah,
as a
something's
freshman.
wrong. Something was wrong with my.
That's insane.
My bone age was 10 years old when I was 16.
Oh,
Not
oh
good.
my goodness.
Terrible.
Okay.
But so,
junior year, you're
yeah, I didn't
alright.
drink enough milk and shit.
Yeah,
And then this kid was picking me up, and he had my arm trapped, and I went to post it, and it was just snapped.
Oh.
And dude, the kids in the room, that were these tough,
Sure.
big dudes running away and crying.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Everybody's tough until they see a bone snap for the first
I know.
time.
My arm was snaked, and it was pretty awful. You know,
It's terrible.
the funniest part of this is I was actually the most afraid because I don't like needles.
Sure.
So they tried to put the IV in,
Like, no.
and I was like, "No, get it away, get it away!" They're like, sure, your arm is.
Like, dude, do you see what's going on?
I'm
It's like the Harry Potter scene.
Literally, that's what it looked like. Like ridiculous.
Damn, and the needle was probably to get the like pain medicine in.
Oh
right?
yeah, no,
Like,
like that was necessary for
get it in
survival,
there.
and like yeah.
Oh, but that ended your wrestling career. I'm assuming.
No,
you went back to the mat
I
after
had
that.
to. This is why I hated it so much,
You
dude.
had to?
My coach, I was like, all right, the positive of this is I'm done. Like,
Yes.
you know, it's over. And then my coach is like, listen, like, we need you back. And I'm like,
Why?
fuck. Like, why do you, why?
Yeah,
I'm like,
you
the
can't
worst
find
one.
some other guy.
Like,
Yeah.
come on, dog. But we
So
did it.
how big was the school?
It's about, I think it was like 200 a class. So
Okay.
not super big.
Okay.
I mean, all
But
guys.
not tiny. Surely
Not
they
tiny.
could have found one other kid to
You'd
join the
think.
wrestling team.
You would think. But did not happen.
And did you play any other sports? I love hearing about high school sports.
Because I was so small, I got cut from all the other
Yeah.
shit. Wrestling's
Yeah.
like the only thing I could do that was like my like weight class.
Okay.
And I was still the smallest weight class was 103.
So you're
I still was too
vastly
small.
underweight.
It was probably I don't know what, like looking back, it's like, what are we doing? Like something's wrong.
Yeah.
You know? Like yeah.
It's beyond a diet
not
thing.
normal.
We gotta, there's some shot I
No,
could take.
literally-
There's some reverse Ozempic.
I was the smallest kid in the school. This is a funny story because I was the smallest kid in the school because, and I know this because of this story. I was in freshman year. I was in my class, like my homeroom class, and these two seniors come into the class and they're like, "We need Caleb White." And I like I just got to the school. Like
Sure.
that's terrifying.
Okay, you're the new kid.
I'm the new kid, yeah. And like they're like, we need to see Caleb White, and
Yeah.
I've never seen these kids in my life. I'm
Sure.
like, oh fuck, like what did I do? And then they're like walking me down the halls, like I don't even know where we're going. And we pass another kid, and they're like, yeah, he didn't fit. Let's try him. And I was like, what do you mean he didn't fit? Like
Yeah.
what's going on? And then we get to this student activities room, and it's filled with seniors, and like. I'm terrified. I'm 70-pound
what is
freshman,
this?
and they're all like,
throw me around.
they don't even say anything. They just say, "All right, get in," and they point to a box, and I'm like a wooden box, and I was like, okay.
I'd rather not.
So I get in, and they shut it, and I fit, and they're like all like cheering, like yeah, all my fits,
the box.
and they're like, all right, we'll just leave him in there until the assembly starts, and that's in like 4 hours, and I was like,
I'm Ben
I was
Hayes.
like, dude, no, and like it
me
it
out.
didn't happen. Like,
Okay.
it's called the Magic Box. They like wheeled me out.
That
in front of the
happens
school.
every year.
I guess so. I guess if they can find a kid that's small enough to
Wow, who
fit
gave
in
him
it.
your name? Yeah, who?
Dude, I don't
fucking-
know. They just like scouted me. It's like NFL scouting,
Watching
but
everyone
opposite.
come in
Yeah,
school.
like that kid. It's ridiculous, but
Damn, dude. But that wasn't a boarding school, right? That was
no.
Okay.
No, it's just a
Yeah,
private
okay.
Catholic. Yeah.
And did they have were you doing theater there?
No, not at all.
No acting
No
there.
acting. I have not taken the traditional path
Okay.
in any way.
Okay,
Like,
well, yeah, because I want to. So Marissa Dutton,
Yeah.
had the guest breakdown.
She's awesome,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's been revolutionizing the show. So I was perusing that,
yeah.
and I do want to talk about the Caleb White project.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So tell me how that started, and
Yeah.
then I have a question for it.
Okay.
After. Yeah.
Yes. So that is, I don't even know where to start with. I guess when I was very little, I saw this was like when I was 6. So
Okay.
at this point, I don't even remember this.
Sure.
But riding in the car with my parents at 6 years old and saw a homeless person for the first time. And that's obviously like an experience when you're that young that you don't really understand.
It's
and it's
jarring,
like,
yeah.
I was asking questions to my parents, like, why doesn't he have a house? Like,
Why is he
what's
sleeping
going on
outside?
here? Yeah. And so they were sort of explaining it to me. Still wasn't fully grasping it.
Yeah.
You have a sort of innocence when
Yeah,
you're young.
you're like, what the hell?
And so I decided that year that I would reach out to just family for like donations of hats and gloves and food. And my mom helped me with this
Nice.
a lot. But so we literally that first year started with about 10 boxes of supplies, and
Okay.
these were gone in 10
Yeah,
seconds.
sure, right,
so we
right.
went to Detroit, handed them out, gone in 10, obviously.
Yeah,
like, that's-
right.
Yeah.
Cold winter coming up. Yeah.
But it grew, and it grew to a point where it was like 100, and then my school got involved, and it was 200, 300, and so by the time I was 12, this was a pretty significant.
you're making an
community
actual
event.
community impact.
Yeah. So it was cool. And then the next stage of that, I guess, was when I was 12. I had met a pastor. Hi, Charlie. I met a pastor in Detroit, and he had been doing this project. It was an Impacting by Backpacking project.
Okay.
So that's where, he had a church, and he would essentially have a day where underprivileged youth could come in and get like backpacks full of supplies, haircuts,
nice.
like all this cool stuff just to get ready, to feel good and
for the new school year. Yeah.
So he wasn't able to do that year, and like I don't know exactly how this even came up, but I essentially like volunteered myself. I was like, I'll do it. Like
at 12.
At 12, I was, and like my mom's like, wait, no,
you have 12-year-old shit to do.
Like we don't have anything. And he's like, okay, well, we do usually around 800 backpacks, and that's a lot of money, obviously. So I had nothing. And this is the craziest part is I remember literally going on Google and looking up richest people in Michigan. And
nice.
Dan Gilbert, I don't know if
for sure.
So his name came up.
Owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers,
yes,
for the listeners.
Owner of the Cleveland. He owns Quicken Loans,
yes.
Cavaliers, bunch of stuff. Billionaire.
Yeah.
And he responded. I sent him an email. Responded to my email. Which is absurd.
Awesome,
like looking back,
right?
Then it was like, oh, cool, he responded. But now it's like, wow,
holy shit!
How
I got
did
the
he
ear
do
of
that?
a billionaire.
Literally,
that's nice.
So he had me. I told him about the project. He had me come down. I could fundraise in his facilities. He helped me start the actual 501c3 nonprofit.
Yeah.
Put all that together. He actually owned a school supply company, so I sort of purchased things through there.
That,
Smart man.
Gilbert discount.
Yeah. But it turned out to be really great, and then from that event on, it did really well. And we sort of just started doing other things where we would see problems. So it just blossomed into this big thing. For example, we discovered that children at homeless shelters had a curfew of, I think it was 4:30. Essentially, whatever time it was, they couldn't do sports. They couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
And so we started doing these game nights where we would bring pizza and pop and board games down to a homeless shelter.
To the shelter.
Yeah. So like things like that where
Right.
it would just sort of go in different directions that we weren't planning. And it got to be a pretty big thing, like national news. And
right.
I was going everywhere and speaking. And
to Nickelodeon.
Yes, Nickelodeon.
Let's talk about Nickelodeon.
Yeah, let's talk about that because that's really like what sparked the film interest. So through my public speaking, I'd say that's one of the avenues where I, had an interest in film and telling stories. But the other big thing was this Nickelodeon Award. So I won this award. It's Nickelodeon Halo Award in 2017, I believe. And that was like the coolest. Hi, Charlie. Wait, I got to get this right. Hold on. Hi. You just want love, I know.
Yes,
but
attention all the time. We got to get there. We go.
Okay.
Nice work.
Okay. Hi.
Expertly handled.
So yeah, I was in New York for that, and that was an awesome experience.
Okay, so that's in NYC.
Yeah.
And it's a big award show.
It's a huge award show. Like Nick Cannon's there,
Right.
JoJo Siwa, Jacob Sartorius.
All the stars are out.
Like a bunch, like Kelsey Ballerini, Kelly Clarkson.
Damn.
All these cool
Hell
people.
yeah.
Super cool. And that was like, I got to see behind the scenes because even though I was acting as myself, like
Right.
it was a surreal
putting on a
experience.
show.
Yeah, as a show, and like all that went into it was really cool to me. But I sort of wasn't focusing on that.
And you're what, 13 at this point? 12?
At this point, I think I was 14.
13, okay, 14.
So that was my thing. I think it was my freshman year of high school when I
Okay.
was 70 pounds.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah, so.
And our kids at, like, does that get you clout back at school?
Oh,
when
dog,
you go at
no.
Catholic Central, you're like, dude, I was hanging out with Nick Cannon last weekend.
Like maybe from some people, but mainly it was.
It was like, there's the
It was
fucking-
like, fuck this.
there's
Like, they would call me like
Nickelodeon
Halo Boy and like. No, it was not necessarily positive. I hit it as much as I could, but it was cool.
Yeah, it's not, no, you still gotta do it.
Yeah,
And also,
yeah.
fuck those kids. Those kids
Oh
are
yeah, that's
jealous
just
they
like
weren't
high
on
school.
Nickelodeon, yeah.
That's just like high school BS. But
because I saw when I was going through the Caleb White project website, that you said you wanted to be a pediatric surgeon.
yes,
I was like,
Yes.
that's interesting.
Yes, and
something changed at some point there.
I didn't know what I wanted to do for.
Right.
I mean,
You're 14.
yeah,
you're
like
13,
I don't
yeah.
know. I mean, I have the project, and that's always something that'll be interesting is like helping others. But I really didn't know acting is something that I wanted to do until, I guess.
Nick Cannon told you.
Literally, yeah, it came from his own mouth. He was like, "You have to do this."
Yeah, right. No, but you come back.
Yeah.
And so now, so now you're at school.
Yeah.
And you're not acting at school.
Mm-mm. Not even. This isn't even.
There's no. It's not even on the radar.
No.
You're getting tossed around in wrestling. What are you like? I mean, Michigan's on your radar though, because you're a Michigan guy. You want to go to U of M?
No.
What's going on? What's happening?
No, I didn't want to go to Michigan even a little bit.
At all?
No, at all. Okay. I wanted to go to Brown University.
Okay, so you were a smart kid.
It's all relative. I was
relative to me.
I was smart. No, you went to Michigan too. You understand.
Right.
But I don't know. I just really wanted to go to Brown. I really loved their program. Also I wanted to go to Notre Dame. Those were my two big schools.
Right.
Wait,
what program did you like at Brown?
So I just liked that they had the open curriculum where you could sort of
pick your own major. Basically,
that was really appealing to me.
Yeah, that is nice.
I really loved that.
And in Catholic Central, like, do they put kids into Ivies like every year? That was like,
yeah,
like, it was possible.
I mean, that's definitely possible. Like one of my friends from wrestling just went to Princeton, and like that happens, but it's obviously not like a feeder. I don't know if any school is really.
Sure.
I mean, there's probably a couple, but there's not like a Brown feeder.
Do you think you would have liked an Ivy League?
Dude, honestly, this is the thing. I'm so happy that I went to Michigan. Like, you can't ever think about like, what if this happened? Because now I'm thinking I'm here in LA, like living this dream. Right. This could have never happened if I went. So I never think like, oh, I really wish. No, like at the time I was upset, but it's like, and this is the other thing. Michigan, since I grew up, I think I sort of took it for granted. I was actually a Michigan State fan growing up. Uncle played football there. So,
nice. Sick.
Awesome. But it just didn't. I never even like looked into it. I was never like, oh, we have this amazing school in our backyard.
Harvard of the West is right here.
Literally, yeah.
And so you're a sports fan too, always, right?
Oh yeah. I was a Michigan State fan,
right?
Which is crazy.
Until you got accepted into Michigan.
Now I'm Michigan. I still like State, but
sure.
I just now when they're playing Michigan.
Yeah, right. My cousin was the same way, who I lived with for a couple years at Michigan. I was a diehard State fan until he got accepted into Michigan, and then like on a dime.
How do you feel about that?
That's a great question.
Because some people don't like that.
No, I know what you mean. I'm personally against gatekeeping sports fandom in general.
Yeah.
I understand. Like, I think it's messed up when the Walmart Wolverines are like clowning other people for not like academic. Like, it's weird.
Yeah.
And sports, like college football especially in America, is like such a. I think it transcends academics so much.
Yeah.
The thing that gets my goat is when he will like be so like, he'll be like, oh, as a Michigan, I can't believe we have to go through this, and it's like, dude, when trouble with the snap happened, you were a Michigan State fan. You were talking to me, and that is the part that I can't wrap my brain around.
Trouble with the snap.
He was like talking shit to me, and I was depressed. He didn't even go through that, so that. It's like the you don't have the generational, the lifelong trauma and stuff, but I think obviously once you attend a university, it's like that's full.
And it looks like we're going back to how they used to be anyways.
We're back in the old days now, dude.
But
so you had your entire so senior year you get accepted to Michigan.
Yes, yeah.
And did you get accepted to Notre Dame?
No, that's the thing that was crazy.
Yeah,
is because my grandpa went to Notre Dame and he wrote a letter on my behalf, and like I knew the admissions rep, and so I was like, this was genuinely not being like cocky or anything. It wasn't even a thought in my mind that I wouldn't get.
You're gonna get in.
So I was like, oh, I'll go there and this will be great.
Okay.
And
you would have gone there over Michigan.
I believe so, even though luckily Michigan has the in-state to it. I would have been so much more.
It would have sucked.
The debt would have been awful.
Sucked.
So I'm kind of grateful for that.
Yeah.
But so I was like not even a thought in my mind. Like, I'm going here 100%. Didn't get in.
Whoa.
It's like what the fuck? Like, what do I? Yeah.
So now you're looking at Michigan State. I'm assuming?
Yeah. So I got in obviously to both of those schools. Michigan is where I went.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't change a single thing. I would go blue for the rest of my life.
Bleed amazing blue. Yeah. I love it.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so you get to Michigan.
Yep.
And what dorm are you living in?
Mary Markley. It's trash.
Markley Hall. That's where my dad lived, and my cousin, and the guy that made the theme song for the show. All Markley alum. And is this COVID year, your freshman year?
Yeah, COVID year. Mary Markley, the roaches are there. There's fucking like bats flying around. No, literally.
It was disgusting. Yeah,
it was gross.
From what I understand, it hasn't changed at all since the 1960s.
No,
like, the building is the exact same.
Frozen in time.
Yeah,
the roaches and everything.
And so are you so you show up to campus completely undecided on what you want to study.
Yeah, and I'm getting like, doing calculus and it's like okay,
gross.
We're
This
doing
fucking
this.
sucks. Yeah, did you get your? Because I still remember the first time I ever got an F on a test was
I got a
39%
on one of my tests, and I was like, what am I? Am
That's
I like
never
dumb?
happened to me before. Yeah,
like
never happened.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
So
no more calculus.
No more calculus. I finished out the econ degree.
Okay,
so
cool.
I still had a lot of math.
Nice.
But clearly,
much more able to wrap your head around math.
Clearly, I
econ.
figured it out a little bit because
I could still do addition.
Yeah, we can do that. Subtraction, occasional
division,
but
but no imaginary numbers.
No.
And so, okay. How do you when do you get enticed by this film world? How does that happen? When do you get sucked over to the dark side?
It's hard to say exactly when that happened, but so I talked a little bit about this, but I did a ton of public speaking. So
yes.
I was traveling all over for, giving speeches to schools and corporations and big companies.
Yeah.
And so I was pretty
I was crazy.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I loved doing that. And I was a very introverted person, at least in high school. Like I definitely have changed, but I was introverted all through high school, even in college a little bit. And that was like an avenue where I could, break out of that. And
sure.
it was exhilarating. Like I always was terrified and nervous before, and then after I'd be like, let's go again. Like let's do it again.
It's a drug, dude.
Yeah, it literally is. And
God, you need to do stand up.
No, dude,
comedy, dude.
That's a line.
That's what's next.
No, I would be cooked. I can't. No.
We're gonna get him to do it.
No.
All right, sorry. Continue.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But yeah, so that was a lot. I had a lot of fun doing that. My mom would help me with the speeches and all that stuff. So it was a lot of fun. And then I love movies. Everyone in film loves movies and shows, but I wanted to sort of just explore the film degree because that's something I didn't even know existed. I was like, you could do this? Like,
you could do that.
Let's do it. I mean, why not?
Instead of calculus?
Literally.
Let's fucking do that.
Yeah. And then I just found myself immediately attracted to portraying the characters rather than being behind the camera.
Okay. So did you find the classes before you found like the clubs or like a person that put you in a movie?
Yeah, I just literally decided. I was like,
FTBM 150. Let's
I was like,
do it.
well, why? Because I was looking at the double major requirements, and I was like, well, I'll have less time for electives, but why wouldn't I just do both?
These are my electives.
I like this stuff, and we'll see where it goes. But there was never like a person that's like, oh, you should do this, blah blah blah, blah. And it was sort of just that you figure it out.
Okay.
And
cool, sick. Because I had this. I remember being I only met with a counselor, like an academic advisor or whatever.
Yeah.
Like 1 or 2 times just to make sure that I was like gonna graduate.
Yeah.
Because every other they'd be like, well, because I was like, I want to take my film classes freshman year, and they were like, well, you won't have much time for electives.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, before this, all my electives in high school or whatever were like this.
Yeah.
This is all I want to take.
They're talking about like winemaking.
I don't want to take any of this other bullshit. I just want to take film classes.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's fine. Okay, so you're in. So yeah, when do you act for the first time?
Oh God. So I did a couple tiny things before that. Never.
Okay.
I was not theater based
Right.
at all. I did like some stuff with my friends. The classic like
Run and shoot. Yeah.
Did some stuff like that, and then. I'm trying to think of what my first film was. I don't know what my first film was. I'd have to look at Michigan. But,
yeah.
I think maybe it was an M-Edge film.
Okay, nice.
And just I remember though being a little frustrated because I was not good at the beginning, at all. I was
Sure.
I didn't get anything. I had to plead and beg and email people and be like, yo, give me a chance on your film.
To get a role.
Yeah, just to get a role.
Okay.
I was not getting anything.
Wow, that surprises me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just was not.
I feel like by the time I got to M-Edge, we were begging people to be in.
Yeah,
our shit.
See, that's what you'd think, and I guess I was just that cheeks. I was like, there's a shortage, and they still don't want me.
You may have been in a busy year too.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, either way, it was at that point, I was like, okay, we're gonna try it out, and I got a couple things. Slowly started building, practicing the craft, honing it.
Okay.
And then I started to find my groove a little bit. And then I actually, so I met my roommate. I did a short film. I think it was like one of the intro classes at Michigan, and I got cast in a short film as like a small character. And he found me through that because he was directing a movie.
Nice.
And so that's where I really like.
And this is Jason.
This is Jason.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jason Fine.
Jason Fine. That's who I'm living with. Great guy. Shout out Jason. Yeah.
We're gonna try to get him on the show soon as well.
Hell yeah, do it for sure. I'll let him know after this. He knows I'm here. So
okay.
He was excited. He watches it.
Okay.
He's excited about it.
Well, then he'll like this part.
Yeah, he will. Yeah. So he sort of scouted me from that.
Okay.
And he was like, because he had
your chops.
He did, I guess.
Yeah.
So he had like a moment where he was like, okay, I think he could really fit this character, and so he started workshopping it. Went to New York for 5 weeks to film this feature.
Okay.
That was like my first.
Right.
That's like you're thrown into the deep end, right? Learning so much, doing so much, developing like an acting style and like how a process.
Sure.
And that's always changing, but that was like the big thing. And then I came back from that, and I was like, all right, like let's lock in.
Yeah.
So I ended up doing like 40 projects.
Damn.
Like not just at Michigan, but most of them were Michigan films.
Yeah.
And like just grinding, like every weekend.
A lot.
Yeah. So it was a lot. I mean, there were weekends when I was like, do I need to be doing this?
Yeah.
But I love it. So I was like, I'm gonna just do this.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like you kind of sign that contract, and for me, the contract was my days during the week, especially when I look at my roommate that's a computer science major or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like my shit during the week is pretty fucking easy. To watch a movie and talk about it or whatever. No. But the trade-off is you sacrifice pretty much all of your weekends during the school year. But it's like shit, dude. You know, I missed out on a couple, like a tailgate or two, and maybe a fun party on a weekend. But it's like shit, go be on set. That's kind of fun as well. Yeah, I liked being on set.
No, that's a great mindset. Yeah, I mean, that's the mindset you gotta have. Like, yeah.
And so the movie in New York, which one was that?
It's called Burn Everything.
Burn Everything.
Yes, not out yet. Still in post.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
But I feel like my senior year, or maybe the first year I was out here, probably both, I'm seeing pictures of Caleb White on set every weekend.
Oh, really? Wait, where'd you see that?
So many pictures of Caleb White on set.
I mean,
from dozens of different Instagram accounts. Okay, Caleb White acting on set, and there's one it's about like a farmer's strike.
Yes, that's Bernays. That's also with Jason.
Okay, is that out yet?
There was a screening, but it's not been released.
Okay.
He's getting it colored professionally. So there was a screening for that in New York, which was pretty cool. It was at the Museum of the Moving Image.
Sick.
So yeah, that was a big one. But I was, like I said, I was trying to get in as many things as possible. Yeah. Like just practice. Yeah.
And you work with Mackenzie Mollison on that one?
Yes,
okay, hell yeah. Friend of the show as well.
Yes, she's great. She's an amazing actress. So
that's sick. And I'm just trying to go through any of the other big ones.
There was mainly a lot of Image ones.
Okay.
I did one with Marissa.
Oh, Marissa. You were in
Golden Gate.
Gate.
That one was a lot of fun.
Yes.
That was really cool.
Yes, that was Marissa's. Pied de Resistance in Image.
Yeah.
And you linked up with Jacob Kernis on a few projects, correct?
Yep, he's my boy.
Talk to me about those.
Oh, dude, Kernis is awesome. We started on one, his first one, I think. It was called Matched, or maybe just Match. I think it was Match. But that was the first one. And then he did a couple more.
That one was about like Tinder, right?
Yeah,
it was like a
Tinder
thing.
A sci-fi-ish Tinder. Yeah, it was dystopian sort of thing. But then it's kind of like a little Kernis Caleb multiverse.
Yeah, right.
Like,
yeah,
I was in a few of his things.
The Kernis Caleb extended universe.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
I like that. Wait, so tell me the other ones that you were in. You were in Match. Were you in Hitchhiker's Guide?
I was.
I was a business fraternity. Is that what it was called?
Douchebag character. Yeah.
Is there roles that you like to play more than others?
I mean, definitely like the ones that challenge you and that are super far from.
Okay.
Like honestly, I get typecast as like this douchey like frat kid.
Yeah, because you're hot.
No, all right. All right. Okay.
Well, they put you in one of those little sweater vests or whatever, and you just
Literally every time it's a sweater vest or a fucking suit jacket. There's no in between. Oh god.
Did they have you slick your hair back for that one, or just go regular?
I think it was just styled regular. I don't know. I don't even remember.
But so you say you'd like that wasn't as fun as getting to branch out and
no, yeah, I like the things where it's like tough, like where I'm, cause like I don't know, I'm still pulling from my real life in certain aspects or like people I see, and sometimes there's characters that it's like, who I don't even know how to empathize with this guy, like. What I don't even know where to start.
How do we? What's the first step
like I love
here?
that because if I'm like terrible off the bat and I'm like, wow, this is tough to get, like that's what I like. Cause
we got a challenge
acting.
here.
Yeah.
And you never so at Michigan, did you ever take any of the acting classes there? Or did you ever do any sort of acting workshop anywhere else? You're kind of just figuring this out.
Yeah, so I did like a little bit of theater with Catherine Mendeloff, who unfortunately passed away. But she was a great teacher. She taught mainly Meisner techniques.
Okay, sure.
But I'm not like very rooted in theater. Like I think that's actually, I'm taking acting, plan on taking acting classes, but I think that's actually one of my strengths is that I don't necessarily follow, I guess, the conventional path. I'm very focused on like giving a natural performance within the character. Like obviously some characters are going to be a little different, but nuance and like, obviously stage acting is different than screen acting. So I think that a lot of the things that they actually teach in like Shakespeare are things that I learned from public speaking, like stage presence, breath control, projecting, like all of that, articulation. That's all stuff that aligns pretty heavily with Shakespeare. So I think in terms of like classical training, that's not who I am as an actor.
That's
like
not
I'm
what
not,
you want to do.
I'm not like. Since I was 12, have been training at fucking Juilliard,
reading Hamlet or whatever.
So that's just not me. But I think that, it's not my style.
Do you feel any draw to the stage? Like, do you think now that you're out in LA? I mean, I guess LA is not necessarily the biggest stage theater presence, but is there any part of you that's like, maybe I try out
I think I definitely would be capable of doing it. And I actually am interested in it now, like learning, just because I want to. When I say learn, like I have spent like countless hours like learning online by myself, about like theater and film and the differences, all of that. But I do want to get into a class for more theater acting, and acting is acting. So
you want to have those tools in your bag.
Yeah, absolutely. And no matter how you're learning, you'll be able to adapt. You like the best theater actors understand that. They need to change, they can't yell at the background for the camera. So I'm honestly very impressed with people, like the people at the School of Music, Theater, and Dance, like a lot of my friends, so incredibly just talented, and they know how to like flip it for film. So it's like
because I did a little bit of acting.
Yeah.
And I can play basically myself. I can play some exaggerated versions of myself.
Yeah.
And whenever I would get around, and I've always been of the belief, and I mean this with no offense, that acting is just like kind of playing pretend.
Literally, it is.
But the thing that made me be like, because I would get around a SMTD person and see what like a real actor could do. But the thing you're talking about, just being
switch it.
Just as soon as action is called, just complete like locked in different, and it's very impressive to me. I think it's super cool.
Yeah.
Can you sing?
No. Well, I don't know.
You've never tried.
I haven't really, like in the shower, but like,
it sounds nice in there.
Yeah, it sounds all right.
Have you thought about like, is the musical? Have you thought about not gonna happen? No. I wish I had musical talent. Dude. I wish I could fucking
Dude,
do
me
it.
too. I mean, I used to play instruments and shit.
Really?
And yeah, actually, I was really into it. And then
what did you play?
Trumpet, French horn, percussion, a lot.
In the band?
Yeah. So then, and then I also played piano, and this is why I quit, because I joined the jazz band, and
Sick.
I told her that I could play piano, even though I'd only been going to lessons for like 2 weeks. And she
you knew hot cross buns.
Literally. And she was like, all right, it's our first day, and she put the sheet music in front of me, and it was the most complicated. I was like so overwhelmed, and I just walked out and left. I swear to God. I literally just walked out, and there was another girl there that was like another piano player, and I was like, I'm sorry, but you're alone. Like, I'm not doing this. Like, my fingers like have arthritis or some shit. Like I can't do that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that's the extent of my musical.
That was the end of your
music. Did you play
career.
any instruments?
I played trumpet for 2 years, 6th and 7th grade.
That's like the starter, like
yeah.
That's what I did too. And, yeah.
Got up to first chair trumpet in the middle school band. And then,
shit. Okay. What are you talking about?
Shabby,
yeah,
dude.
first trumpet.
I was doing okay. And then quit to fucking bullshit. I don't even remember. So this sucks. I want to play video games.
That's a valid choice.
I want to play Xbox 360.
There you go.
Like I've literally probably quit to play GTA 5.
That's so fair. That's actually so fair. I'm not even like kidding. I respect that.
As a 12-year-old, that was a no-brainer, easy choice.
You kidding me?
But I do wish I still I just think playing music is so cool.
Oh yeah. Somebody who can sit down at a piano and just crank out a song.
Oh, I think that's the coolest shit in the world.
Dang, you're a lot cooler than me.
Yeah. Okay. So okay. I'm just trying to check. I want to see what else we can get you to do. Do you want to do improv at all?
Well, so I am open to any of these things.
Okay.
Like I'm gonna take piano lessons eventually, and I want like to get roles where I have to sing or do like down the line.
Yeah.
But
because you look like you could be like a singer in a movie.
I mean,
you know
I don't know how to even think that. I'm not even sure what that means.
Well, thank you would be a good start.
Well, thank you. Yeah, so we can think about that. But I do want to take some classes at UCB.
Yeah.
Because I know like a lot of people do that, even in like not
even
like,
if you're not trying to
not
be
like to get into school, but like just to like because that's good to
have in the bag. Yeah.
Yeah.
Improv, but stand up doesn't interest you. Why not? Why?
It's not that it doesn't interest me. It's just terrifying.
Scary.
Like I respect you so much for doing that because I think I'd get up there and just like. Hey.
I don't think it's that much different than public speaking. The thing that you just were talking about with public speaking, the nerves right before it into the like afterwards, like let's do that every day forever, is the exact same thing.
I understand. Yeah, I guess. When you improv, do you have like
don't do improv.
Or sorry, stand up.
Yeah.
So when you do stand up, do you have? How rigid is your script per se? Like, cause that's what I'm used to in public speaking.
Right.
It's pretty rigid,
word for word.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, it can be as rigid as you want. I feel like for me, like I try to be kind of conversational on stage, kind of like I just want to feel like we're hanging out. I think that's makes it the easiest to laugh. I think is like a lot of my favorite comedians are like set up punchline guys, which I think is awesome and the best. But I do think it closes the like window on what can be funny to everyone in the audience. So like I do have, I have written jokes, and it's like pretty much, I mean, not necessarily word for word, just depending on what gets a laugh can be different each time. But like pretty much I'm going to hit the same notes each show. And then I mean, it's up to you how much room you want to leave to like fuck around a little bit.
Have you noticed like, because you've been doing it more and more out here, like have you noticed improvement?
Just in my own skills.
Yeah. Like comfortability. Like
I think so. That's the big thing is it gets like a little less nerve wracking each time. And that was the big thing when I got to LA. It's like when I did stand up in Michigan in Ann Arbor, it was like every show I did felt like a show. Yeah. And most of them were like shows, but they were also pretty much open mics. But it was pretty like there was not just the comics in the audience. It was people were coming to see me every time I performed. And then I came out to LA and I remember doing the first mic I did out here like bringing friends to the open mic, which is like generally kind of frowned upon if you bring like a crowd to an open mic, just because it's a lot of people trying new stuff. There's a lot of swings and misses in those open mic clubs. And it's just kind of seemed like, dude, this isn't a show. Like, no, like, what are you doing? And I remember, I guess it was actually the second mic I did where I didn't bring people. And I bombed so hard. Zero laughs. No. The only laugh I got was with a minute and a half left. I hadn't gotten the light yet, and I was just like, how much time is left? Everyone was like, oh, and I was like, fuck. It was awful. It was the first time that I had like really, really bombed.
Yeah.
Oh
no.
But and I was like, I don't want to do this ever again.
Yeah.
And then I just had to realize like that was just an open mic.
Yeah.
And like I was treating it like a show. And now that I'm at the point where I'm like doing it kind of regularly, it's like if you go to an open mic and fucking nobody laughs at my shit, it's like, that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm not funny.
Yeah.
It might mean that the shit I was saying that night wasn't super funny, but also sometimes it's like, you know what? I thought that was pretty funny. I'm going to say it again the next time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you guys didn't like that.
Yeah.
So,
well, they're also probably like, they're other comics, right? So they're probably just focused on their own stuff.
There's like the aspect. It's weird. It's because it's usually like it's usually 6 to 8 people in the crowd, and everyone is a comic that's going on stage. So 2 people are scribbling in their notebooks trying to get their set ready.
Yeah.
2 people are just like the most judgmental, like, you're not fucking funny at all.
Yeah.
And, then there's some people that are like, oh, this is good. This is supportive, and it's nice. And it's a complete crapshoot on what the, like, ratio of that crowd is going to be.
Yeah.
And, just the more I do it, the more I just realize it's like we're all just kind of fucking around here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, it's good.
It's strange.
Keep it light and comfortable.
Yeah, that's what's, I'm just trying not to put so much pressure on everything.
Yeah. Yeah. No, on everything. Yeah.
Not my whole life.
It's a good mentality. Yeah.
With my podcast.
Yeah.
I can't just kill myself with this thing. So what else, dude? Now we're I mean, we're out in LA now.
We are.
We could look up news of the week. I didn't prepare. I should have prepared a game for us. I didn't.
No, I'm having fun.
Yeah, you're having a nice time.
We don't need a game.
We can talk about Moo Dang.
Dude, oh my God. I'm an anti-Moo Dang.
You're anti-Moo Dang.
Yeah.
Tell me why.
I want to roast him.
You want to cook
over
him?
a fire.
He does look like he tastes nice.
Yeah, probably. Like cooked up. Yeah. No, I don't know. I didn't know about Moo Dang until Jason brought him up. And then I was like, what is this? And it's like, whatever.
Yes, it's a pygmy hippopotamus.
Yeah. Literally. Like, why does he want so much attention?
Yeah, he's a little freaking attention seeker.
Exactly.
And he's going viral for being sprayed with a hose.
Yeah, I know. You see the SNL skit?
Yeah,
that was good.
SNL hit us with the Hawk to a Moo Dang double special.
Yeah, dude, I've been loving their stuff recently.
Yeah, I love I'm a big Nate Bargatze fan.
Yes,
I thought he crushed
He's
last
killing
weekend.
It. Yeah,
the Washington's Dream.
Oh, that was
stuff.
so funny.
It's so good every time.
And what was the water slide one? Did you see that?
That was great.
Yeah,
great sketch.
Yeah, that was actually that girl is a TikToker.
Yeah, okay, Jane Wickline, right?
Yeah.
So I had never heard her name until she got casted, but I'm hearing that she's
I used to watch her
TikTok
videos.
megastar. Okay, do you like her?
Yeah, no, she's
okay.
I thought she was super funny. And then I guess that makes sense. She's a comedy TikToker,
right.
and she has that energy, like that kind of weird energy. So
yeah, it was interesting because I was like a Chloe Trost fan.
Okay.
She was 1 year last year, and they let her go, and it's kind of like. Seems like they brought on Wickline to kind of replace her.
Yeah.
And I'm just I don't know anything about Wickline, and I thought her song on Weekend Update was like pretty funny.
Yeah.
A little long. Pretty funny.
I think, and it's also like it's probably not her material, right? I mean, I don't know how much.
No idea.
I don't know how much they get to like mess with it, but
yeah, I don't know if like Weekend Update stuff. I have no idea, but like I definitely wasn't disliking her. I'm curious to see how. I hope they give her. It's so tough to be a first-year cast member on SNL, just fighting.
You gotta have the
to
confidence
get on screen.
Yeah.
So I hope she makes it.
Yeah, me too. Did you see the movie, SNL movie?
No, Saturday night.
Oh,
did you watch it?
So good.
Okay,
I thought it was really good. Yeah.
I'm hearing lots of mixed things, and I'm excited to see it because just such a cool era. Like I just think it's so all of the just mystique and all of those.
Yeah.
Every person that was in that building when that was happening, I think is so cool.
Yeah.
I've heard that, and my gut reaction off the trailer was that it was like the movie was really just like people that you recognize playing people that you know, and it's like that's your movie.
So I'm not like a big SNL. I didn't know anyone on the
really?
show.
Okay.
So because I'm not like I watch SNL, but I would never be able to recognize people.
So
I didn't know anyone I didn't know anything about like the background, and I didn't know any of these people. So
Wait,
I have a
like
pretty
the
fresh
actors
perspective.
or like the 75 original
Both.
cast? Okay.
I mean, I knew some of the actors, but I'm talking about like the original cast.
Okay, cool.
I had no information going in, so I had a pretty fresh take, and I liked the movie.
You thought it was fun?
I thought it was good.
Cool.
It made me nostalgic for something that I didn't
even know about, which is cool.
Yeah.
Damn, you should. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how well, because like my dad indoctrinated me on like the original cast when I was a kid. And I don't really know how well a lot of the stuff from 75 like holds up, but I do think it's worth watching just to see just like pretty much everyone that was on the cast and like came through to host like was a megastar or became a megastar after, and I just think that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So it's on my list. I want to see it. Did you see The Substance?
No, did not see that.
I've
heard good things.
Dude.
I know.
The Substance was awesome. And Margaret Qualley, I'm becoming a big fan of.
Oh yeah.
Did you see? All right, we're in the movies.
No,
now.
We're just talking about.
We're in the talking shop section. I love the movie section. Did you see the the Nice Guys, Gosling and Russell Crowe? I want to say where they're like private investigators in the 70s.
No, I don't think I saw that.
You should watch that movie eventually. But that was like Qualley's breakout role. She's great in The Substance. Okay, what else have you seen?
I just watched Joker and The Wild
Oh,
Ride.
you saw Joker too. Talk to me about Joker too.
I think it was pretty bad, dude. I'm not, like, I don't hate on like many movies. Like, everyone hates me because they're like, "How was the movie?" And I was like, "It was great, like 10 out of 10." And then there's like, they're like, "This guy has no like,
no taste,
no opinion. Like, he just likes everything." But like,
but that is the best thing you can do.
Literally, I just enjoy movies.
Yeah.
And then like this one was genuinely I was like, wow. It was like, it made me feel like I was like significantly stupider than the rest of the population. Like, am I missing something? I was like looking around like, is everyone else
in the theater seemed to be
like asleep or like gone? It's like, dude. Did you see it or no?
No, not yet.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't even know if you should.
I don't think I want to at this
but
point.
like, you probably have to.
Yeah, I do probably. Like, probably get fucked
probably
up.
have
Go watch
to.
that.
Yeah.
Did you see Joker 1?
Yeah, love Joker 1.
Okay, love Joker 1.
Joker 2 is like, it like doesn't even feel real. There was a point in the movie,
dream.
I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's a point in the movie where I was like, I honestly hope that they somehow connect like Robert Pattinson's Batman to this shit, or like Marvel. Like I would take like Iron Man like and Doctor Strange coming through the portal over
Joker
this shit.
Joker 2, we need you.
Literally,
to Thanos.
like I would have been like, oh, it's okay.
Thank God.
Marvel, like, DC.
It's because it's like So Joker 1. Let's talk Joker 1.
Yeah.
So Todd Phillips, I love The Hangover, right? So I'm pretty pumped about Joker 1. And I'm generally a pretty big Joaquin Phoenix fan. I like to see what he does. I think it's very interesting.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't, because I was shocked by the critical acclaim of Joker 1.
Really? Okay.
I was like, I liked it. But I was, because that got a Best Picture nomination, did it not?
Yeah.
And Joaquin Phoenix was nominated / maybe won Best Actor for that. Was definitely nominated.
I don't know if he won. I can't remember, but yeah.
But regardless, the critical acclaim for that movie was a little surprising to me. But whatever, I liked the movie. So a movie like that, I'm able to follow. I'm able to really invest in. The same reason. How are you watching The Penguin? By chance?
No, I have not yet. The show, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Ben and Justin do not like The Penguin.
Okay.
And
really, I've heard good things.
I had only heard good things when we watched it, and I personally love it, but I understand why they don't like it.
Yeah.
And I think I am so much a fan of it because I love Batman.
Yeah.
I'm a huge nerd.
Yeah.
And if I get to just hang out in Gotham, I'm like, fuck yeah, this is cool. And so I think part of the reason I like the Joker is like, all right, this is kind of a cool retro Gotham. I like the stuff happening. And then I was like, and then Joker 2 got announced. Harley Quinn's in here. I'm like, maybe we get some kind of Batman. Because I don't know how much Joker I can consume without Batman.
No, I know.
It's not really as fun if it's not a yin-yang.
Yeah.
And so then I just heard and saw clips of Joker 2, and I heard all these things, and I was like, oh, man, it sounds like they really dropped the ball.
Oh, bad.
I heard it's
the
a collection of music videos.
The acting is good, but...
Yeah. Joaquin's great.
Everything else.
I saw this one scene where, and I think it's in the trailer too, where Lady Gaga just says, You can do anything. You're Joker.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah. I can't defend it. It was pretty bad. But you should see Wild Robot.
I've heard nothing but great
so
things.
good.
Okay.
So good.
And
I was bawling. Like
yes,
a little
this is
baby.
like a cry for your mom movie, right?
Yes.
Which, okay, I will go see Wild Robot because I've heard great things. So did you see My Old Ass by chance? Do you know
no,
about it?
but Jason was telling me about that a little bit. Yeah.
So that when I saw the trailer for that movie, My Old Ass is the Aubrey Plaza movie where she is, for the audience at home.
Yeah.
Her younger self takes mushrooms and hallucinates her 30-year-old self. And the 30-year-old self gives her advice, and then she wakes up the next day, and the old self's phone number is in her phone, so she's like talking to her older self. And the trailer for that movie made me think like, this kind of looks like millennial cringe humor to me, and like with the like My Old Ass, I was like, oh, this is gonna be, but it wasn't that at all. It was very funny.
Yeah,
it was very very modern, but I felt like the movie was gonna have, because I'm a sucker for like a mom heartstring. That is what gets me to choke up. It's a mom story. And I felt like it didn't hit the mark on that. I thought without getting into spoilers, I thought the emotional core of the movie was completely misplaced.
Really?
Completely misdirected. And I think,
wow. I've heard people that were like bawling.
Well, our friends across the hall over there apparently were like, tissues were
really
needed.
Okay. I'll have to watch it because
I do think it's really worth the watch. It's a good movie, but well, no, I won't spoil it for you.
Okay.
I think I'm curious to hear your thoughts when you watch it. Because there's a line specifically. I went with my buddy Rax Rubenstein, and there's a line like in the emotional climax of the film that literally made us look at each other.
Oh no! See, you can't have that.
No, dude,
that's like takes you out.
And it's like the actor that they had as the mom was like giving such a good, like, oh man, if this had been about mom daughter, this would have crushed me. Yeah, and it really felt.
Then you will like the Wild Robot. That's what it's
right. So maybe that's part of the reason I didn't want to go see it. Like, I don't need to cry in a theater, but I should. I really should.
Dude, it's so embarrassing. Like, I don't know, dude. I was with some friends, and it's like, they know. Like, I put my hood up, and I just like, and they're like, oh, look at him. It's like, fuck.
I know, dude, but fuck, come on.
Just let me be at peace, dude. It's like,
and all. Are you? Wait, I heard that you have a lot of siblings.
Yeah.
How many?
Okay, technically, I'll say technically 10.
Technically 10.
Well, 14. Okay, technically 14.
Technically 14.
So there's 10 step siblings.
Okay.
I don't know like the top 4. They're too old, and I just never really.
They're just way them. Out. Yeah.
The bottom 6, I know them pretty close. And then I have my brother for my mom, and then I've got my dad has twins, and then a little baby.
Okay. So where do you fit in the age rankings of that, and in your parents' favorite rankings
for both? Okay, near the top. Yeah, it's not even close. Well, for the second one, it's not even close.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah.
And they're all in Michigan.
Yes, they're all in Michigan. Yeah.
So you came out here. You said because like I had. Dude, saying goodbye to mom and you leave across the country is like
so
fuck,
tough.
I'm gonna die. I bet you're watching Wild Robot just like
oh dude, distraught. Yeah. No, I remember like right before, because they my mom and like my uncle were here and some of my siblings. Like right before she was gonna leave, we were all just like looking at each other, and like my uncle was like, seems like there's a pretty large elephant in the room. And like we're like, yeah.
Nobody wants to talk about it.
Yeah, and then like she's like bawling, and then my brother's like, all right, peace out, dude.
Yeah,
just ask me
right.
I'm like, all right, dude.
Sweet man.
Yeah, like that's great.
Oh, he's gonna miss you though. Dude.
Oh no, yeah, we talk every
nice.
day, so it's fine. But
beautiful.
You miss your family?
Yeah, man, homesick. They were just in town last weekend.
Oh yeah,
got to come to the show.
I saw your grandma was there, right? I saw your grandma
was there. Thank you to anybody that came to a Laundry Day variety show. Yeah, it was great. My grandma just wanted to see me do stand up so bad.
Yeah. That was awesome.
It was really fun.
Really cool.
Yeah, it was a special day.
That was a great job, by the way.
Thank you.
That was so.
Appreciate
I loved
that.
it all.
Yeah, it was
you
fun,
killed it.
Right?
I Need to Be Held. They're
God
their hard
damn.
launch.
The I Need to Be Held live sketches.
Yeah.
The boys are back.
Dude, such a big fan of those. Like, I didn't get to really work with them at all, but I remember going to those like screenings, and oh man, good.
I'm not sure I've met anybody funnier.
So
than those
cool, and that's like
guys.
it makes you proud. Like as a Michigan guy, it's like they're doing shit.
We're doing that.
Like let's go. I love it.
It was. So they just posted the bear sketch is now on their Instagram. They're back. Yeah, so go run that up.
Definitely go watch it.
I was like. Because they did the season 2 sketches our senior year.
Yeah.
And I got to like weasel my way into there at the end.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's go.
Yeah.
We're moving to LA. I'm going to get them to let me be in all of their sketches.
Yeah.
And, they both have big boy jobs and like a lot of creative endeavors that they're pursuing, which is awesome. And they're all going to be amazing. But I was like, please, can we do sketches? I want to be in your guys' sketches. Yeah. And I was like, it kind of just kept getting pushed to the back burner. And then when I pitched the variety show, I was like, I know a few stand-ups that can do it. I know we can get improv. I went to Ben and Justin and was just like, live sketch. Do you guys want to do it?
Yeah.
And I kind of put them on the hot seat. I kind of cornered them a little bit. Yeah. And they were like, yeah, we'll do it. And then they literally like wrote those sketches in one afternoon.
Dude,
like,
that's awesome.
All 3 in one afternoon.
So
They're like,
good.
yeah, we got the 3 sketches. Like they had just come back on like a Sunday.
Yeah.
I was hungover on the couch. I was like, what? They're like, yeah, we wrote all 3. I was like, okay.
Dude, and they were telling me that they didn't have time to like do the lines until the night before.
They rehearsed the day of.
That's crazy.
It was nuts.
That's
dude.
awesome.
I was sitting there at rehearse because the first time I think I read one of them before, but the first time I had seen them run through was like 3 hours before the show, and I was just like, God, you guys fucking did it!
Yeah,
like, God damn it! And so it was. I just got the show footage downloaded. I'm gonna watch the whole thing, but I think they're gonna be my highlight of the show.
Oh, dude.
But I didn't get to watch Lunch Money, dude. And,
they're always great.
They are the fucking best, and they had Joe Cady in town.
Yep.
Who hopefully will be a more permanent fixture out here in LA soon. So a lot of fun stuff coming, and I understand Jason might have a film.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. He keeps things secretive
until it's right.
Much,
but I heard we might get a chance to share the screen together.
Yes, we do. Yes.
I'd like to do that.
That would be a lot of fun.
That seems like we'd have a good time.
Yeah.
Anything you want to plug, man?
No, just spread kindness, spread peace.
God damn, I love that, dude. Make somebody smile in your life today.
Yes, sir.
We love you, and we'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for tuning in again. Woo!
Yeah.